Welcome to Open House 2023-2024, Citrus Elementary School. I am Mr. Renna, 5th grade Reading and Language Arts teacher. One of two, Mrs. Jean Lewis being the other. How to contact me? michael.brenna@ocps.net. You need to schedule a conference or just have daily communication. Physical layout of the classroom. Students are organized in groups of 4. There being 6 groups in total, 24 student desks. The whole group lesson is provided for them at the front of the room where the instruction is on the smartboard. Students have the opportunity to come up and present at the podium just to the right of the smartboard, and that is where they will present information and learn from each other and their peers. We have small group rotations, the first group being a vocabulary station or skills practice. That's where students will work independently and or with a support teacher. They're done in 20 rotations. The other rotation would be to my desk, which is the standards practice, where we review unit exams, assessments, as well as daily lessons. The other third station would be where the students are working on their laptops and the program ExactPath, which is monitoring and teaching students reading skills. Science of reading. What is the science of reading? The science of reading is research from thousands of studies that tells us about how people learn to read. How do we implement it? Structured literacy is an approach to reading instruction that is explicit, systematic, cumulative, sequential, and multisensory. Instructional shifts in OCPS. OCPS is creating a stronger alignment with the science of reading through explicit instruction for both word recognition and language comprehension. This to help students become successful readers. Activities for students would be reading different types of books, asking questions before, during, and after the reading, playing word games, discussing new words which are included in the text, and then asking their teacher, of course, for more tips. Classroom rules. There are 5 basic rules to keep us safe, which are keep hands, feet, objects to ourselves, raise your hand when you have a question, remain in your seat until you're given permission to move about, no commenting out loud, want to be respectful when interacting with others, speak in a positive, complimentary way. The ELA curriculum overview. Reading skills focus split between reading prose and poetry throughout the year and informational text. That's analyzing how settings, events, conflicts, characterization contribute to the plot in a literary text, determining the theme and explaining its development within the plot of the text, explaining how the theme is demonstrated through the main character's actions, how the author develops the character's perspective, making inferences, drawing conclusions, summarizing, comparing, contrasting characters, describing those characters, determining the author's point of view, and of course the text structure. It would be chronological, comparison, contrast, sequential. Most of these skills require the student to apply supporting details, both from the text explicitly as well as implied on their own. They're going to explain how the text structures or features contribute to the overall meaning. The relevant details support the central idea. Author's purpose, once again, analyzing that in the perspective in an informational text, and tracking the development of argument. This with evidence and reasoning as it ties into writing, which I will get to in a moment. Vocabulary. We're looking at the affixes, Greek and Latin roots, recognition and the connection between those affixes and the parts of speech, adjectives, verbs, nouns, etc. Determining the meaning of the unfamiliar words that come across the reading, and this is all in a 5th grade content. The elementary figurative language, sequential order, we teach them onomatopoeia, we teach them hyperbole, metaphor, simile, alliteration, to name a few. And then we get to our writing. Personal narratives, writing argument, and opinion essay writing. 3 types, and that is the composition of your standard 5 paragraphs, which include your controlling idea, main points, supporting details, both cited from the text and paraphrased in their own words. They have to elaborate, use transitions, and have a good, strong introduction as well as a conclusion. I have a resource for them that will make them great writers if they stay disciplined and complete this homework assignment. Go to the YouTube search box, type in Michael Renna Informative Essay, Michael Renna Opinion Essay, 2 separate videos. I recorded. These instructional videos will help as a strong resource to help the students write and compose their 5-paragraph essays. Please make sure your child is watching the instructional writing video every night until they're able to write very fluently, and this usually takes a few weeks. Have them take notes. This way they know how to do it for when they return to class the next day. Grading system, classwork 30%, quiz 30%, test 40%. Daily schedule, students start out with the special area, PE, which is physical education, music, art, etc. They will be then returning and starting their writing, followed by whole group, small group, 60 minutes of the small group rotations, 20-minute intervals, 3 separate rotations in my class. Intervention to follow the small group, which is targeting the skills of specific students and what their needs are. And then lunch and recess to conclude the morning. Health is taught on Wednesdays. In the afternoon, pretty simple. 1 to 2 is small group, 60 minutes, followed by whole group. And then we have writing to conclude the day. Its dismissal is at 3 p.m. Working together can mean winning together. That is definitely true. Thank you for all of your attendance and support. Once again, there is my email, michael.renna@ocps.net.
Hi families, my name is Mrs. Pugh and I teach 5th grade math and science. My email is hannah.davis@ocps.net.